Beast beat Matt Batrep.
Matthew here from MiniWargaming.com, bringing you the final, the best of 3 match between Shane and myself, Circle versus Khador. It is now tied 1-1. That last game was pretty crazy.
It was.
If you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch it. This last game is a 15-point mangled metal tooth and claw. That's what's called in Hordes. Basically, the rules are simple. You're only allowed to bring jacks or beasts, along with your caster, obviously. And we're only doing 15 points, and the first to get a caster kill or to eliminate all the jacks and or beasts from the opponent's side wins the game. So you don't just have to kill the caster, you can also kill their beasts and then you win. Which in case of Hordes is usually the case anyways, because they don't get more fury. But that's the rules of the game. And so let's take a look at the 2 opposing armies, and it's actually pretty darn cool. It should be a really fun game. And if Shane wins this, he gets the $100 prize pack. So that's a big deal. It's a very big, no pressure, no pressure.
No pressure.
So let's take a look at what we brought.
Let's take a look at our contenders, the Brawlers. There's 15 points on each side. And here they are. We got actually the blue trunks and the red trunks. In the blue trunks we have Epic Kruger, who's epically up on a big tree stump. And with him he has brought 2 Warp Wolf Stalkers. So this is exactly 15 points. One of them, of course, is a converted one on top of a tree stump, and the other one's just your typical one. And in the red trunks, we have Epic Butcher. And he's bringing 2 named warjacks. We've got the Behemoth, and we've got Drago. And so Butcher is quite powerful in and of himself, but then he's bringing one of the most powerful warjacks he can, which is the Behemoth, and one of the most frenzied warjacks that he can bring, which is, of course, Drago. And so this is 15 points on each side. So taking a look at the deployment, which you can probably guess is going to be pretty straightforward. We rolled off, and Circle actually gets to go first, so he puts his guys on his side, which is really all you can do with it, and I put my guys on my side. Remember, the scenario is either caster kill or the jacks and beasts are all dead, whichever comes first. So if you kill a beast, you win. Or if you kill the caster, you win. So the bell rings in round 1. He casts telekinesis on both of his jacks, or both of his beasts, to move them up 2 inches, just to give him that extra movement. He then advances as his warlock advances. And then his 2 stalkers, of course, run forward. He has the advantage of the speed there, and so he just riles them up to get as much fury as he can for the next turn. And, on my side it's pretty straightforward. I give a focus to each of them, and then I run them up, hoping to be able to engage him in the middle. And then I move up Butcher as well, keeping him behind, of course, because I don't want them to get an easy caster kill. And then we sound the bells for round 2. And the first thing he does, of course, is he grabs all of his fury back to Kruger, and then he's preparing to charge. So the first thing he does is he advances, then he casts telekinesis twice, and he uses this, actually first he uses his feet, which was really, really dirty in this close game. And that is, it knocks everything back 2 inches and subtracts 2 from their speed for their turn, which of course stops them from charging. And when your warjacks are speed 4, that makes them speed 2. And so of course they're going to be super slow. Then he charges into Drago with his stalker, just out of range with his claw, but he can still do his reach attack, and starts to pound on him with all of his fury. And the first hit, of course, is nice and solid and does 12 points of damage, knocking out his movement, bringing his defense down to 7 in close combat. And then he continues to hit him, and he hits him for another bunch of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then he riles again to get another attack, and he gets forced to do even more damage. And that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Only 4 left, so he forces him to do one last attack. He barely hits. He only needs a 3 or higher to hit, and that finishes off Drago, killing him. Moves another stalker behind because I don't know why he's worried about a charge, because my speed is 2. And then the red trunks go. All I can do is move back. I run Butcher. Even though he had -2 speed, he could still run about 6 inches. And then I ran the Behemoth as well to get him back. But it's not looking too good for the Khador. The bell sounds, and it is round 3. So what does Epic Kruger decide to do? Of course, he pulls back all of his fury. And then he casts telekinesis on both of them. So he moves up the 1, 2 inches. And then he advances. And does he cast telekinesis on the second one? I don't know. So he just shoots his one weapon, his ranged weapon, at the Behemoth, and he hits him. and does a bit of damage. I think he does about 6 points of damage here. 6 points of damage, or 3 points of damage there. Then it has a rate of fire of 2 or 3, and so he's able to fire again by spending one of his fury. And he does a bit more damage. So just softens the behemoth, and then the stalker charges in. His Pathfinder just runs right over that heavy warjack wreck marker. And he rolls and he fails at this first attack, and so he attacks again and he hits and does some damage. He's going through an armor of 21, but he is a pretty high strength, and I think he's got some sort of +2 strength spell on him right now. Rolls a double 6 to hit and an 11 for damage, and does even more damage to the behemoth, and knocks down even more of his damage, almost disabling his right arm. Rolls again, gets another hit, and rolls for damage. Another solid hit, rolling 11 for his damage, knocking out the cortex and the right arm. And so the behemoth is really dying here, but he's only got one more attack, and he manages to hit and does moderate amount of damage to the behemoth. Now, overall, he hasn't just done moderate damage, but that's quite a bit. The second stalker, of course, runs in. He's got all of his fury. He does his charge attack, gets a hit, and rolls for damage. He is, of course, is boosted, and that does a heavy amount of damage, bringing him down. And he has 2 boxes of damage left, so he hits again with his other initial. He gets a solid hit, and that kills the behemoth, which signals a circle victory.
Well, that's that. Shane has won the best of 3 match. The mangled metal tooth and claw thing, obviously, he just was able to wipe through my guys without me doing any retaliation. So Drago and Behemoth, although it looks strong, clearly didn't turn out so well because they're rather slow, and so he was able to pick them off one by one. That's okay though, because Shane officially wins our very first best of 3 Warmachine and Hordes beat Matt Batrep. So here's what he's going to get. Army Painter, black spray paint. That thing of green stuff. Normally sells for $17. 2 Citadel washes, Bada Black and Devlin Mud, as well as a foundation paint of Charadon Granite. 2 packages of Primal Horizon magnets, normally sold for $15 each. He'll get to choose which sizes. And last but not least, the new, how do you say this? Silas Wishnailer. The Wanderer. This is one of the new mercenary models that Warmachine just came out with. This is a September release or an August release? September release. So brand new, right off the shelf. Just made it to our shelf yesterday, and he's winning it as a prize. So total value of the prizes, oh yeah, and a $25 gift certificate to the Mini Wargaming store. So total value of the prizes is around $100. So thank you very much for coming in. We've had a full game, or a full day of gaming, and so we're going to have 3 battle reports from this. By the time you're watching this, the other 2 will obviously already be up. So I hope that you enjoyed this best of 3. If you're interested in challenging me to a best of 3 Warmachine and Hordes tournament or beat Matt Batrep to win $100 of prizes, then you just go on the forums at miniwargaming.com/forums or email me, and we'll be able to set that up for you. Anyways, this is Matthew from Mini Wargaming. Happy Wargaming.
Visit miniwargaming.com to see our videos 1 month early.